Once upon a time, on the other side of the Atlantic Ocean, in a city where the smell of melted cheese and fresh bread always floated in the air, an American cake baker lived. He had baked cakes for many years: chocolate, vanilla, birthday cakes, and wedding cakes. But one night he said to himself, "Why shouldn't a cake carry the spirit of a pizza in its heart?" The birth of a strange idea. He tied on his apron, turned on the oven, and said, "This is not an ordinary cake. This is a pizza cake." He was thinking only about the hams. He placed them on the wooden cutting board, pink, soft, and calm, like a blank page waiting for its first sentence. He picked up the knife and paused for a brief moment, as if asking the ham for permission. When the first cut landed, the gentle scent of salt and smoke spread through the air. Each piece that separated became a new little story. Now it was time for the fresh bell peppers. He took them from the basket and placed them on a plate, shiny, crisp, and full of color, as if each one hid a piece of summer within. When he put the first pepper on the cutting board, the crisp sound of its skin under his fingers echoed, a sign of freshness. As the knife came down, the lively green aroma of the peppers filled the kitchen. The slices formed one by one, thin strips at first, then neat little cubes, like colored panes of an old window. The seeds were set aside and the peppers were light and ready, as if they knew they were about to bring joy and color to the heart of this pizza cake. He looked at the pieces of pepper and smiled. The story was no longer just about taste. It had color too. Now it was time for the mushrooms, and he knew the pizza cake wouldn't be complete without them. He took the mushrooms out of the bag one by one, white and soft, with round caps that seemed to want to lift their heads proudly and find a place in the heart of the cake. Carefully, he placed each mushroom on the cutting board and readied the knife. The slices were made slowly and gently, as if afraid to disturb the mushroom's delicate texture. Each slice brought with it the scent of soft earth and the freshness of the forest, like a breeze that had traveled straight from nature into the kitchen. When all the mushrooms were sliced, he arranged them together on a plate, ready to dive into the cake and add depth and hidden flavor of a true pizza to every bite. He looked at them and smiled. Without you, the story wouldn't be complete. Now it was time for the sausages. He took them out of their package, shiny and slightly oily, like a row of little soldiers ready to enter the battlefield of the cake. He placed the sausages on the cutting board and lifted the knife. Each cut made a gentle sound, and the pieces formed one by one, small, neat cubes, as if chosen to create a heroic flavor in the cake. He chopped carefully and patiently, knowing that each piece of sausage needed to be heroic enough to, alongside the ham, peppers, and mushrooms, complete the story of the pizza cake. When he finished, the sausages sat together on the plate, ready to dive into the heart of the cake and add a bold, energetic flavor to every bite. Now it was time for the eggs. He took a few fresh eggs and cracked them one by one over the edge of a bowl. The yolks and whites gently blended together, shining like the morning sun on the surface of the batter. With a whisk, he stirred them gently. Each stroke created tiny bubbles on the surface, promising a light and fluffy cake. He knew that the eggs not only acted as a binding agent for the ingredients, but also gave the cake its spirit and life. When all the eggs were cracked and whisked, they were ready to be combined with the milk, flour, and other ingredients to continue the story of the pizza cake. Now it was time to add the spices, oil, baking powder, and flour to form the cake batter. He first added salt, pepper, and thyme to the whisked eggs and milk. A fragrant, sharp aroma filled the air, bringing a sense of adventure to the kitchen. Then he slowly poured in the oil, like a golden light giving life to the batter and making it soft and smooth. Next came the baking powder. a magical powder promising fluffiness and lightness, sweeping away any trace of doubt from the batter. Finally, he sifted in the flour and gradually incorporated it into the mixture. Each time the flour blended with the liquids, a soft and uniform batter formed, ready to embrace all the hams, sausages, peppers, and mushrooms and transform into a legendary pizza cake. He looked at the batter and smiled. Now the adventure truly begins. Now it was time to add the mushrooms, ham, pizza cheese, bell peppers, and sausages to the cake batter. He first gently folded in the sliced mushrooms, each piece like a secret of the forest hiding within the cake. Then he added the chopped ham and sausages, small, neat cubes that were the heroes of this delicious story. Next came the colorful bell peppers. They joined the batter with joy and brightness, bringing the spirit of summer into the cake. Finally, he sprinkled pizza cheese over the ingredients, golden, stretchy strands that promised flavor and delight in every bite. With a spoon, he gently mixed everything, careful not to overmix so the ingredients wouldn't lose their shape, but enough to ensure that every bite was full of flavor, color, and joy. When he finished, the batter was ready to go into the oven and become the legendary pizza cake. Now it was time to pour the pizza cake batter into the cake pan. He had already greased the pan. Its surface was smooth and shiny, ready to welcome the colorful, fragrant batter. With a large spoon, he gently poured the batter into the pan, making sure each piece of mushroom, ham, sausage, and bell pepper stayed in its place, so none would get lost. When the batter filled the pan, he sprinkled pizza cheese on top. Golden, stretchy strands settled like a light snowfall, promising fluffiness and flavor. He looked at the pan and smiled. Now everything is ready. The oven is waiting for this delicious story to come to life. Anyone who saw this cake later would think it wasn't just a cake, but a colorful and delicious masterpiece. After spreading pizza cheese and sprinkling thyme, he placed the cake in the oven at 180 degrees Celsius for 45 minutes. The heat blended all the ingredients, creating a golden, fluffy, and aromatic legendary pizza cake. When a toothpick came out clean, he smiled, knowing the story had ended deliciously. And finally, the big moment arrived. The pizza cake was ready. He took the pan out of the oven. Warm, fragrant steam rose, filling the kitchen with the aroma of ham, sausage, peppers, mushrooms, and cheese. The golden, stretchy cheese on top gleamed, and the vibrant colors of the ingredients shone like a living painting. For more stories from different countries, be sure to subscribe to the Sepi Food channel and check out the rest of our posts. Love you all.